Welcome back. You are still on to Spotlight with Titilope, and I still have Reverend Funke Adetubero with me today. Thank you for staying with us, ma'am.
My pleasure anytime. Thank you for having me. I'm grateful.
We've had a major trend. As you know, on Spotlight with Titilope, we speak about major trends, what's happening in society. And it is sad to wake up or to have woken up to the news of of children. There's no need for young.
No, exactly. 10 years
doing things that they shouldn't be doing.
Yeah.
And it has opened up debates. Is it the school? Now I'm talking about the issue of the Christland school and the 10-year-old kid and the 13-year-old kid. So we have debates in the polity. Is it the school's responsibility to keep these children off one another? Is it a parenting issue? Is it even those who are bringing it to the social media? One thing has stood out. A lot of these things border on parenting, and it looks like a lot of people don't understand what parenting truly is. Can you elucidate what is parenting?
You know, I always say that for the fact that you can produce a spermatozoa does not make you a man. For the fact that you lactate or you have your period at the end of the month does not make you a mother. Marriage, raising children is for matured men and women, people that are not baby themselves. It's like a baby giving birth to a baby. The husband is a baby, the wife is a baby.
And they have a baby.
They have a baby, so it's so confusing. That's the challenge I have about this generation. When you're looking at parenting, you're looking at the way mothers are themselves. Now, if you want to dissect this information you just told me about this girl in Christland, you will see that the mom she's very funny. In my profession, we don't judge, but a woman has 38 solid powers. One of them is a power of sensitivity. There were so many things that was dragging.
So many pointers.
Come on now. Even when she was coming out on social media, the thing she said was out of order, rape. The video, that video was child sex, put it that way.
Well, I don't know if she was the one who talked about rape, or I think there was a celebrity who came out with the issue of
I listened to it myself. That they said my child was expelled in school. She was, I didn't want to, please, if you are listening to me, it's the mother in me that is reacting to this. I'm not judging her. I don't know the shoes she's wearing. I don't know what's happening in her marriage. I don't know how this child came. Maybe she's just so many things. Professionally speaking, I'm not judging this woman. But I'm saying, because the question is parental maturity. And I just went back to that to let people know that in parenting, you must be sensitive and be sensible. And you must not leave any stone unturned. You must be alert. By the grace of God, I'm a grandmother and I'm very, very alert. I don't allow any conversation to go undiscussed. I don't allow any action to go unaddressed. Even if I notice anger, I say no. A child of God does not get angry. This is not nice. Say sorry to grandma. Say sorry to... Then you will know the personality of a child. Like I told us in one of the episodes you had with me that 14 invincible people are going into relationship. We have different personality. We have the thinker. We have the talker. We have the boss. We have the detailed. If your child is like this girl, she's an extrovert.
She is.
She's just a bubbling over girl that if her nature, the temperament, the personality is well channeled, oh my God, we'll have another Funke Akindele in our society.
But she wasn't supervised.
Exactly, not nurtured.
So if she was supervised, she could have channeled that energy
to
something more.
when you bring children to this world, you study them. I have adults, I have kids that I even have myself. There's an idea that says that the womb of a woman is a passage. You can have 5 kids and they're not the same.
True.
That's why they always say that this one is a black sheep in the family. There's no black sheep anywhere. It's just a different species, an uncommon commodity, a real gem that needed to just, you need to just maneuver that gift, channel it well, give her life, and at the end of the day, she will just be the best. and you are wondering, then you have to believe in your kids. There's so many things that is involved in that particular episode that we cannot even finish it in 1 month. If I'm talking about it every day, because we need to know this girl. She's too young for that. What about her first sexual exposure? Maybe there was even one uncle that started with her.
There might have been people in the background.
On my table that I've not been able to wrap my head around it. The uncle, she lost her mom when she was 4. And the uncle started saying, honey, darling, love you. Started sleeping with her for 6 years. 6 solid years. And he would say, if you say anything, I'll shoot you, because the man is a soldier man, a military man. So she kept quiet. And this was a church girl. This was raised, her parents, she remembered, kids.
They have photographic memories.
Exactly. She knew that she had this foundation. So one day she just went to church and he had an altar call and gave her life to Christ. And the pastor said all the people that give their life to Christ should come to the office. And the pastor said, all of you go out. You want to tell me something. Thank God for the gift of knowledge, word of knowledge. You want to tell me something? Your uncle is sleeping with you. She said she just broke and she started crying. Do you know that till today, the girl is still struggling with depression, bipolar disorder? She's not. Now, when you are sick emotionally, X-ray does not see it. So how do you know that this girl was not messed up growing up? Now, if a child's sexuality is very fragile, how do you start teaching your kids about sex? When they are 1, your private part, your bum bum is your private part, your breast is your private part. If you touch it, you tell my mom, you tell my dad. If they tell you not to say that, they will say, I'll kill you. Say it all the way. Tell someone.
Let them know. Let them be aware.
Aware that from age 1.5, I even composed a song from my grandchildren to know my body is skinny. I explain to them, because we are living in an addictive society. That's one. Then another one is social media. If a father goes into porn side, I tell people that porn does not pop up on anybody's phone. Take it to the bank. I have an iPad, I have an Android phone, I have a laptop. Pornography does not pop up because I don't go to the site. I've seen kids that I deal with masturbation and pornography issue because I'm a sexual addiction therapist. And you ask them, how did you come into this? The person will say, I just saw it on my dad's laptop. So who knows what is the inlet of that act in that child's life? And we are making noise.
Welcome to Cruiser Lounge, a place of premium entertainment where we cruise you down your day and night activities. A unique multi-level venue that offers a perfect combination of elegance, fun, beauty, sophistication, and contemporary lifestyle. Our services include a spanning club, a premium lounge, a cozy swimming pool, a rooftop bar, a gym, and a snooker arena where you can calm your nerves down after a really stressful day. Check me out, guys. Welcome to our Manhattan Hall, a glamorous, versatile space just ideal for your dream wedding, special occasion and celebration, or even corporate events. Light, check. Beauty, check. Elegance, Check, check, check.
A lot of discussions have been centered on the mother of the child. No one is asking about the father of the child.
You know, when the child is good, if the child is bad, it is the intestine of the mother the child eats. When the child is good, that's my son, that's my daughter.
When the child is good, it's the father's child.
His father's child.
When the child is bad,
it's the mother's child.
But then that's one of the issues that we have in the society. We
now,
know
I've written 64 books. One of them is Love Note to Fathers. We have
Love Note to Fathers. Okay.
Now, we have 5 types of wrong fathers. Let me put it to 4. We have a shadow dad. A shadow dad, I'm here now. My shadow is somewhere, I'm there, but I'm not, you can't touch me. We have a missing in action dad. A father that is never there for the child. Now, all these fathers I'm mentioning, they contribute negatively to the child to the life of the child, because every child's father is their hero. We have a boundary buster dad. It does not respect your boundaries. I've seen men, their son, they are in the university, and they still stand up to them and slap them. They don't. There's no boundaries. They don't respect them. Those kids will stand up to their dad too. Trouble.
That's where it starts.
Then we have a traditional dad. That is the way my father. I used to ask them. You said that was how your father trained you. Are you a good person?
So why do you want
to
train your child
like the same thing, the same way I'd expect a different result? I say it on my program. Excuse me. I said my father is tough. Shut up, please. Excuse me. Can you change something here? Because if your father really trained you well and you became what you are destined to be, you won't be like this. So don't give me that. Now, a traditional dad, you know, some kids, when their dad presses the horn, they drive to their nook and cranny and they are sleeping. I don't know how sleep comes, but they sleep.
They want to be made
because the principality and the power of their house has come. Now, your father should be your friend. Your father is your hero. You should play games with your kids. Now, if a child, now listen, the problem of that girl, take it to the bank, is father's wound. The problem of that child that we saw, trace it. The father is not there. When you are raised by those 4 wrong fathers, love note to fathers, you have relationship problem, you go into multiple relationship, you have sexual struggle, you are into drugs, you are looking for identity. Most of these kids that their father is not there for them, is not available for them. The shadow that most of them are cultists. Because every child, even Christ, let's look at Christ. Christ has a questionable background. The mother just got pregnant. But you know what? His father had to validate him. True. When he was being baptized by John the Baptist, the father said, this is my son. That was the end. He could walk on the waters. He could cast out demons. He could do anything.
But the father had to be there.
Yeah, the father's validation is important in the life of the child. You see some women, they just get married to one funny person. And you're wondering, how did we get there? It's the dad. Your father takes you further, takes you faster in life. Check every child that the father figure is not outstanding in the life of that child. They don't come out well. They can go to Harvard and become a professor. They can be a doctor. But when it comes to emotional life, they smoke, they drink, and they do also.
Both parents, the father, the mother, are very important in the life of a child.
Both are important, but father is more important, actually. Let's call it the way it is. I know how many baby mamas we have all over the world now.
Another important part that we need to talk about is the social media and the use of gadgets. It's okay to have our children use gadgets, telephones, and how do we restrict? What is the parental control? How do we ensure that our children are not watching movies? Because all these things add up. There's a particular philosopher that said the mind of a child is a tabula rasa.
Yeah,
it's a clean slate. Yeah. So the society writes on it.
Yeah.
These kids are exhibiting things that they have seen in the society. How do we enforce that control?
Now, it takes sensitivity. It takes teaching your kids to understand. Now, even if let's look at the way some kids get into masturbation, because I helped them, few of them have helped quite a lot. And I'll ask them, how did you come about this? Tell me how your mom and your dad is. Tell me the setting of your home. The parents are watching movies that they rated 18. And a 2-year-old child is watching them kissing. I know the African movies, if it's one, there's a way they even show it, they kiss, and nobody's explaining anything. So you leave the imagination of those children wild. That is one thing that parents must understand now. Let me give you a very simple example. My grandson, he was, he's very active, dynamic. So I gave him one of my messages to listen to, and in that message, there's something about secret. It was a message on, Joseph exposed the secret that God told him to his siblings. And he came to his mom and said, you don't talk, you keep secrets. Do you understand something there? The mother said, Grandma. I said, no, I just waited to listen. I said, Grandma, please don't let him listen. His brain, you know what he's going to conclude? Don't tell anybody anything.
And then he keeps it to himself.
Yes, that's dangerous. Meaning that parents have to be sensitive.
So what
and be alert to their kids. And we are living. Have you seen what is going on? Everybody's on their phone. Parents will not give one of the phones to a child to go to one funny. Just don't disturb me. There's trouble. I'm scared.
I understand the emotions behind what you are saying, because I am also a woman, a mother, and I feel that this is an issue that we need to take. We can't discuss it. We can't finish the discussion in one sitting.
Maybe we'll do another episode. Multiple episodes.
I can't wait to have you back.
No, we have to.
Our viewers must have learned a lot today, because I don't want this to end. There's so much to talk about. We can't possibly exhaust all what we need to talk about on this episode. But thank you for staying with us. Don't forget that on Spotlight with Titilope, we speak to trending issues. We discuss important personalities. We bring them over for you to listen to them. We have one-on-one conversations. And most importantly, we don't let anything get out of our sight, either in politics or other matters that concern the society. Today, I spoke with Reverend Funke Adetuberu, a life builder, a powerhouse, a marriage mender. Thank you for staying with us, and I hope you join us next time.